In 2020, more than half of our world's energy needs were met by oil and gas. We will let you guess which one we are running out of. Both, actually. It is speculated that the oil and gas reserves we have right now will barely last us another half a century before we run out. So, what's the game plan here? What are we going to do when we run out? Energy has been an essential commodity for every living creature since the dawn of life on Earth. We need it to move, breathe, and keep the temperature of our body stable. Not only that, our ability to harvest energy from natural resources and use it to cook food, warm ourselves during winter, and even use it to power tools is what got our species so far. Finite resources are a crucial part of our lives, economy, and the advancement of human civilization. But you know what is wrong with finite resources? Besides the fact that overusing them is probably ruining our planet, they are finite. Before we get deeper into the subject, let's get one thing straight. We are not running out of all fossil fuels. We still have plenty of coal to go around, which can be and is used to generate energy. But just as a thought experiment, we are assuming we ran out of all non-renewable energy sources. No coal, oil, or gas. None. Plus, even if we are not running out of coal, we should probably stop using it so much. If we outlive our welcome on this planet and run out of finite resources, what method of generating energy will pick up the slack? Let's start with the renewable energy sources we already use. Hydroelectric power stations, wind turbines, and solar panels are already relatively well-established methods at this point, and they provide us with a quarter of the electricity we use. So why don't we just build a bunch of those? Well, it's not that simple. All these methods rely on outside factors to work at their full capacity. Hydroelectric power plants can only be situated in certain places. Turbines need wind at the place they are situated, and solar panels need constant sunlight. There are places on Earth that don't get sunlight for months.
The present and the unborn generation of the United States and the world are heirs to one of the greatest energy discoveries of man: nuclear energy.
What about nuclear energy? Nuclear plants alone provide around 10% of the electricity we use. This might sound like we are cheating because technically nuclear power too is a finite source. You need uranium to make it work. But it is becoming more and more recyclable, so we will go on and say it is not cheating. Nuclear fusion and fission can provide us with the energy we need, right? Well, actually, we can only rely on fission for generating energy because fusion just makes things explode. And that is the last thing we need in the middle of an energy crisis. So, will nuclear power take the throne of fossil fuels as the main energy resource? Maybe? Nuclear power plants come with a number of problems. They take more than a decade to be built, require a big investment, and are kind of risky. What happened in Chernobyl and Fukushima are still remembered to this day, and the general public's opinion on them is conflicting. And lastly, let's take a look at the future possibilities. A flash of lightning usually holds around 300 million volts of electricity. Can't we just harvest that? The issue with this method would be the same as the first three methods we mentioned. We don't know when or where lightning will hit, and the batteries we have right now need to be charged slowly, and lightning is anything but. Volcanoes could also be promising in the future. An active volcano can generate approximately, well, a lot of thermal energy if we find a proper way of harvesting it. We don't know what we will do, and there are countless possibilities. Thankfully, there are people working on this issue already, with more new renewable energy sources being utilized each decade. But we better pick up the pace, because half a decade is not that much time.